Welcome to Insights from Getting Undressed with speaker, author, and coach, David Cooks.
I'm David Cooks, and welcome to Insights from Getting Undressed, where we get to speak with readers from across the country and get their insights from reading my book, Getting Undressed from Paralysis to Purpose. Our guest today is Brandon Jubrey from Windsor, Connecticut. Brandon, welcome to the program.
Thanks, David.
I tell you what, we're excited to have you today. And before we get started with your insights, why don't you share a little bit with our audience more about who you are?
Well, my name is Brandon Jubrey from Windsor, Connecticut. I am a father of five, a finance manager at Prudential Financial. Started in finance, been there ever since. Hobbies include, like David, basketball. I'm an AAU basketball coach. I've actually coached instructional level basketball my entire adult life. It's like 20 plus years. Heavily involved in the community and in men's Christian ministry lately. So yeah, that's I enjoy camping and outdoor activities with my family. So excited to be here.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well, let's get started. Okay. We got three questions we're going to ask you. And the first question is, what story in the book did you relate to most and why?
All right. So there's two, actually. And as I read the book, you know, I think the two things that struck with me the most were the AAU coaching, right? And everything that's involved with that. Because like you, I believe that sports are a metaphor for life. And you have the ability to impact lives beyond just putting a ball in a hoop or running a ball over the goal line. That to me was one of the biggest stories that I could relate to. Everything that you felt, your impact, your involvement, the interaction with people, with kids, especially at that point in their lives, I could absolutely relate to. I would say a very close second, just because of maybe where it happened in my life versus yours, is your dedication of your life to Christ. And so about a year or so ago, I actually gave my life to Christ, and my life is changed tremendously since then. So I chapter 17 was, I was waiting for that chapter, the entire book. I'm like, how did he do all of this with, knowing the background and the upbringing that you had, but, knowing what Christ has done in my life, I was waiting for chapter 17. And when I read that chapter, I was like, okay, that's it. That's what it is. That's what I've been preaching to my kids about. It's has the impact, coaching changes maybe legacies for other people, but dedicating your life to Christ and all of that, that commitment and what it does for you, your family, really changes your family's legacy. And so those two stories are what I could really relate to.
That's fantastic. So faith and family.
Yeah.
Two things that are the pillars of what a lot of people say. And so that's outstanding. What are some of your key takeaways from the book?
Like I said, you just, I have some quotes here, and I know that's not the question, but your perspective and attitude at a very young age on what happened with the aneurysm was, to me, mind blowing. And it didn't make sense to me until I got to chapter 17. I'm like, you know what I mean? Because that to me is everything, right? That your dedication to Christ, not why me, but why not me, is, that for me was a huge takeaway, that you at a young age were able to be so mature about what was ahead of you, your challenges, and how to, at every point in the road, see things as an opportunity and pivot. And, as one door is closing, not getting down, not getting negative, just looking for the opportunity and taking it. And so that is, again, we say in the men's ministry that I'm involved with, why not, right? Not why me, but why not me? And so, that at every step of the road, whether it be, Fairfield or, Marquette High, or just every opportunity you had, the GE Capital, it just all along the way, every door that, closed or the answer you got was no, it just, God put something there for you and you took advantage of it. Your faith and your action, is what brought you here today. And I think that's an inspiration. I think it's a model that, people can and should live by. So.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. I know you didn't say that your quote before was your favorite quote.
Yeah.
What is your favorite quote? Do you have one or two?
I got a couple. So, page 25. All right. Obstacles can only change the direction, right? Not change the, not change your goal.
Okay.
Right. That was one of them. I really like that one. The obstacles that, don't change where you're going. It just changes the direction that you need to get there.
Right.
We're living that right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
With this COVID-19 situation, we still have things to do. Kids still, just like we were talking about before, the kids got to learn. They still have to finish their classes. How they're going about that is just changing, right? I really like this one too. Page 49. How you leave one place is how you enter the next. And that to me was like, wow, okay, it's true, because ain't good and bad, right? You could have a bad experience somewhere and it could change you going into that next experience or that next opportunity and really change how you approach it, or you could take that and say, all right, I'm going to be better for it, and kind of learn from it and pivot and adjust. And so, either way, you should come out on better on the other side of that. But I really like that one. And, this one is the one we already talked about. Instead of asking why me, ask why not me.
Mm-hmm.
And then page 180, nothing you can do about change, but you can control your response, right? And so that one is what so I have 4 kids, or 5 kids. 4 of them are 12 and younger, and the sibling rivalry is very big in my house, right? And so there's constantly bickering, and they get upset with one another all the time. And I said, listen, your feelings aren't wrong, but how you respond to those feelings is what's important. Right. And the same thing with that, whether you're on the basketball court or in the boardroom, right? Bad things are going to happen to good people all the time. But how you handle that and how you respond to that is what's important. So if I had to pick one out of those, it'd be that last one.
Why don't you give us that quote one more time?
Yeah, page 80. There was nothing I could do about the change, but I was responsible for how I responded.
Yeah,
is what you said.
Okay.
So that
that's one of the keys. Is it goes back to, like you said, control the controllables. Manage what you can, and the response is up to you.
Yeah.
You can't control what has necessarily happened, but you can control how you respond to what has happened. And I think that's really important too. Okay.
Yeah.
One last thing. This is a part in the program where we allow for our guests to freestyle. You have a little bit of time to talk about the book in any way you would like. If there are things you would want the rest of the world to know about the book, some of your insights, now's the time to go ahead.
Okay. All right. So when you said freestyle, I thought you were going to have me rap about the book.
Well, I mean, if that's in your wheelhouse, you go right ahead.
It is not this time. Next time I'll prepare something. Okay. The first thing I thought about when I finished this book is like, I want to have, my kids read this, and not just, my 2 older boys, but, the kids on my basketball team. I think this is, the reading, the stories, what's in here is very relatable on almost any age level, adolescent and above. I think, some of the things that I wish I was exposed to, that I was exposed to as an adult, I wish I had been exposed to at a younger age. I think it would have, not that I have many regrets, but this book is, there's just so much to gather from it, from a Christian foundation, right? Like I said, chapter 17 is gold. That was a very powerful chapter. I think it explains everything that happens before it. I think it's a big aha, and it can be that, for people. I think, the challenges that you had and how you adjusted at each point, it's not the challenge, but it's how you respond to it. And I just think that for anybody who is maybe needing some guidance, looking for a way, a blueprint, this book can change a life. It really can. I mean, Dave, you have a powerful story. I think I know you said don't make it about you, but the book's about you, right? So how can it not be? And so for me personally, your challenges, your faith in Christ, how that came about for you, came about for me a little differently, but it's, you're right. God meets you right where you are. And man, it's just, the book is special. You have a special story here, and, I'm better for having known you, and met you. You've always had, a special place in my heart. And, I know we don't, our paths don't cross much, but, for the 4 years I was at Fairfield, you will always be remembered by me. So.
Well, thank you. We're all on a journey,
yeah,
and we all have different ways of kind of doing what we do. And so it's always great to hear that there's something, and everyone wants to have something in their life positively impact somebody else. So I just want to thank you, Brandon, for joining us today. We'll have more insights from Getting Undressed next time. Remember, whatever life throws your way, your ability to endure it is always greater than your willingness to endure it.
You can order your copy of Getting Undressed from Paralysis to Purpose at davidcookspeaks.com or on amazon.com. Special thanks to Brandon Jubrey for sharing his insights from Getting Undressed.